Hi ladies, and welcome to my free training. So this is around how to love and look after your body the right way. So as a personal trainer and a fitness coach, I'm qualified in nutrition as well as fitness, and it's very important to me that despite all the trends and the fads and everything else, that we create a healthy mindset and we create a healthy, sustainable lifestyle. So it's very easy to be caught up in the social media trends around following restrictive diets, about getting results fast, but it's just generally not even healthy. So my approach is much more sustainable, much more about common sense. So our bodies are we are the same as animals. We need food to fuel our bodies. Yet despite that, it's very easy to overindulge, and we all do. Do not get me wrong, we all do. But it's about having that support and that toolkit to realise that when we have indulged, we know what to do to get back on track. And this is a common flaw with a lot of diets. So a lot of diets focus on getting to a target weight. We'll come on to that in a little bit. And getting to that target weight is great. So some diets starve yourself. They restrict food groups. Don't even go down. But what happens when you get to that target weight? Because you've gone through a process where you've restricted your body of something, you then start eating normally, and the weight gradually creeps back on. And this is a common thing around yo-yo diets. And unfortunately, diets have become synonymous with weight loss. But however, a diet is just what we eat. And as well as diets, there are so many other negative terms associated with food that no wonder even we feel so guilty if we eat a slice of cake or if we eat a couple of biscuits, because it's mindsets around diets, about cheat meals, about sins, about sin-free, and it's creating a negative mindset with food. I have ladies that come to me and they start off with the nutrition, and then suddenly they go, "Oh, I've had a slice of cake. I feel really bad." I was like, "Did you enjoy the cake?" I was like, "I hope you enjoyed the cake." Food is there to be enjoyed. And if you like something, eat it. But it's about eating things in moderation and having the tools and the support to get back on it afterwards. So the nutrition that I focus on is very much about fueling your body with wholesome foods. But as I say, do not get me wrong, I enjoy chocolate, gin, and I don't call them treats. I enjoy food, chocolate, gin, crisps. I'm a very savoury person. However, I will eat in moderation, and I will jump back on to eating the wholesome foods and eating the right food groups and all the food groups the following meal or the following day. Life is there to be enjoyed. It's too short to be on restrictive diets. And the last thing you want to be doing is looking back and thinking, I've dieted my entire life. So with that negative mindset around nutrition brings us to what is then focused on negative mindset around ourselves and our bodies. So when we eat something that tastes really good, and I'll say that with a little pinch of salt, because nutritious food can taste amazing. You just have to know how to cook them or how to make them, like my superfood brownies, which I will share. So we eat a bit of cake. We then feel really bad because we've been on a diet the whole week and the diet's been going really well. What happens now? I've eaten a bit of cake. Oh my goodness, I feel really guilty. And I am not being negative towards this. I just know the mindset that we have been brought to have, really. You eat a bit of cake and it's like suddenly, oh my god, I feel guilty. I don't like what I've done. I look at myself in the mirror. I don't like who I see because of and it's just, ladies, no, this is not the mindset we need. So I help busy mums and women And I think my passion has really came since I had my daughter. I've always been passionate about health and fitness, but it's because I engage with other mums, and this is where it gets scary. And this is no hit out at anyone, but it's the industry and it's the environment which we've been brought up in now, is that everyone's focused on that number on the scale. Does that define you? Does that say whether you can pick up your child and walk a mile down the road? Does that define you by, at the age of 39 that I am now? My daughter is now, no, I'm not 39. I had my daughter at 39 and I'm 43. My daughter is now 4. Does that number on the scale mean that I can run around with my daughter more? Does that number on the scale mean if I have a fall, I will recover faster? Which was me, but it means nothing. The bigger picture is how much stronger you're feeling, how much fitter you're feeling, and how much energy you have. So let's also look at that number on the scale, or take a step back, those weighing scales. If you have children, whether young or old, you will have heard in the news that childhood obesity and childhood anorexia are just sky high right now. And do we wonder why, with everything that we're surrounded with right now, get quick fix, you know what I mean, fast fads and lose weight quickly and lose X amount of pounds in X amount of weeks? It's not healthy. And we step on those scales, and if the scales are went down, we're happy. It's good, we've lost weight. If the scales went up, I've had a really good week. Why have the scales went up? Guess who's standing right beside you? Guess who's looking on to you? That even, I welled up a little bit there. Our children, okay? Whether you have children or not, you will be an influence to someone. So that child, I'll use a child as an example, is standing next to you and they're watching mummy smile, mummy get sad. How do you think that makes them feel? It's like, oh, so this amazing little thing on the floor must be what determines mummy's happiness. It can't be, ladies. It really can't be. There's a much better, healthier approach to that. And then that stems to what we see when we look in the mirror. And just have a little thought to yourself. It's like, when you look in the mirror, we are self-critical about ourselves, without a doubt. I look in the mirror, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting better. When we look in the mirror, what do we see? How do we talk to ourselves? And ask yourself, would you talk to your friends the way you talk to you? Would you talk to a family member? Would you talk to your son or daughter the way you talk to yourself? And if you wouldn't, then why are we doing this to ourselves? It's hard, I know, do not get me wrong, it's a mindset thing. So I read a lot of books on mindset and personal growth. And one of the best books I'm listening to on audiobook. So again, a little tip, if you're trying to create a new routine and you want to read a book or listen to a book, put it on audiobook. If you've got a dog or if you're going for a walk, put it on and blank out everything else. Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. It is incredible, absolutely mind-blowing stuff, and it just shows, it's talking about how we talk to ourselves and how the negative talk in our heads can really influence who we are and how happy we are. So let's focus on nutrition, which we've done. Let's focus on exercise. So exercise is very much, and so again, unless you're an athlete and you're training for competition or something like that, you do not need to spend hours in the gym, which is perfectly fine right now because most of the gyms are shut. Well, all the gyms are shut in the UK. But I spend 30 minutes a day exercising because, to be fair, that is all the time that I have. You do not need to spend hours and hours and hours at the gym. Start creating those daily habits by moving more. Go out for a walk, exercise. I can talk to you more on that. Just get your body moving for 30 minutes a day and learn to flip it. So sometimes you get to, in your head, you know you want to work out. But the day goes on, you procrastinate even more, which is why I do it first thing in the morning. You procrastinate, and then it's like, oh, I don't want to feel, I mean, I'm tired now, everything else. But we all know that when we exercise, our energy levels just shoot up. Absolutely amazing. So it's about flipping that mindset. So instead of thinking, oh, I've got to exercise, flip it and think about how amazing you'll feel afterwards. I do that a lot. So I get up early in the morning to exercise. And believe me, it's hard sometimes because I don't go to bed till later. One of those, you eat the right food, you've got more energy. You exercise, you've got more energy, then come bedtime, you're like, but I do start to do other habits in the evening to help me get ready for bed, which I can share again. So I get up in the morning and I purposely don't have the alarm next to my bed. I have to jump out of bed and I'm there thinking, oh, I could just go back to bed. But I have to myself flip it and think, no, I know that when you feel, that when you've done your workout, you will feel much more energized. I even say to myself sometimes, once you've worked out, you can go back to bed. It never happens because of the energy you get from those workouts. So these are just some of the little habits and little tricks. And let's start creating new habits and new tricks and get out of that yo-yo dieting and just start to create a lifestyle where you learn to love yourself. You learn to love how stronger you're becoming. You learn to love how much fitter you're becoming, and because of what you're eating, you learn to enjoy how much more energy you have. So I will be sharing a lot more within this group, and I look forward to speaking to you more again. Have a lovely day, evening, wherever you are, morning, and I'll speak to you soon.